Welcome back to Truth Today, where we bring you stories that demand attention, courage, and truth. Today, we delve into a controversy that shakes the foundation of faith-based media. Kristen McKinny, the youngest daughter of prominent Daystar TV personalities Drenda and Gary Keesee, has come forward with disturbing allegations of abuse and systemic cover-ups within her family and church community. Her testimony exposes an intricate web of silence and complicity, raising urgent questions about accountability and justice in religious institutions. Before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the truth that matters. Kristen McKinny's decision to step forward was not made lightly. She alleges that she suffered sexual abuse within her own family and has witnessed a systemic effort to suppress such accusations, both within her home and the broader church establishment. Her revelation aligns with past allegations involving other prominent Christian figures, including accusations against Joanie Lamb, a well-known televangelist and founder of Daystar Television, who was previously accused by her son, Joanie Lamb, of covering up abuse within their own family. For years, Daystar TV has presented itself as a beacon of faith, guiding millions with Christian teachings. However, beneath the surface, allegations of abuse and suppression have repeatedly surfaced, painting a disturbing picture of unchecked power and influence. Kristen's story is not just about her, it's about a pervasive culture of silencing victims to protect reputations. In a powerful statement, Kristen revealed, "I have remained silent under legal counsel's advice, but due to recent developments, I feel it is time to share my experience. Many are aware of allegations involving a family member. I was a victim, and when I learned of ongoing concerns for others' safety in combination with other stories I already knew, I felt a responsibility to step forward." Her statement makes it clear, this is not just about her individual experience but a broader issue of abuse and cover-up that extends into powerful religious networks. Kristen's decision to go public was not her first attempt at seeking justice. She had already provided law enforcement with critical information regarding her case. Initially, her case was being escalated from local police to the Ohio Attorney General's Bureau of Criminal Investigation, BCI, a move that usually signals the need for higher scrutiny due to the seriousness of the allegations. However, shortly after her information was submitted, the BCI refused to get involved. No explanation was given. No opportunity was provided for Kristen to share her account directly with the investigators. This sudden dismissal raises significant concerns about political interference and corruption, especially given her mother's close relationship with Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost. Could this connection be the reason for the stalled investigation? A source within law enforcement allegedly informed Kristen that her case was being blocked due to a conflict of interest. This is the second time an attempt to push the case forward has been halted under similar circumstances. With multiple roadblocks in place, the likelihood of justice being served is increasingly in doubt. Drenda Keesee's strong political affiliations with Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost add another layer of complexity to this unfolding scandal. While there is no concrete evidence that her political connections influenced the case's stagnation, the lack of transparency surrounding BCI's refusal to proceed raises serious ethical concerns. The implications of such political interference are profound. If victims of abuse within religious institutions cannot even secure an investigation due to the influence of their abusers' connections, what does this say about the justice system? Are high-profile religious figures above the law? Kristen's case is not an isolated incident. The accusations against Joanie Lamb by her own son, Joanie Lamb, mirror the same culture of silence and cover-up that Kristen describes. There is an alarming pattern within Daystar TV and associated religious networks, a pattern where accusations of abuse are met with denial, suppression, and institutional protection of the accused rather than justice for the victims. The church, a place that should provide solace and safety, has instead become a fortress that shields predators under the guise of protecting its reputation. This betrayal of trust damages not only the victims but also the very essence of faith itself. Daystar TV is not just any religious network. It is one of the largest Christian television broadcasters in the world, reaching millions of viewers globally. With this reach comes immense power, power that can be used for good, but also power that can be weaponized to silence dissent. Drenda Keesee's response to the allegations suggests an attempt to downplay the severity of the accusations. When asked if she would reconsider her association with Daystar following these allegations, she stated, "The situation grieves our hearts as we know it is ultimately the enemy's strategy to kill, steal, and destroy. Daystar has impacted many lives with the gospel for several years. The Lamb family and Daystar Television Network are in our prayers for God's wisdom, reconciliation, and healing. We ask you to join us in praying that the gospel will continue to be proclaimed and souls saved. Notice how this statement avoids directly addressing the allegations. Instead, it reframes the issue as a spiritual attack, shifting the focus away from the victims and onto the preservation of the ministry. This tactic is commonly used by religious leaders facing allegations, reinforcing a toxic culture where questioning authority is equated with opposing God's work. Kristen McKinny is calling for action. She urges people to contact Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and demand answers. Contact information: telephone receiver 1-800-282-0515, pushpin case number SP24-2390. Kristen insists that this is not about vengeance, but about justice and accountability. She emphasizes that every victim deserves to have their voice heard in court if they choose to do so. If the legal system fails victims, it is up to the public to demand transparency and fairness. As members of the faith community, we have a moral obligation to stand against abuse and corruption. Remaining silent in the face of injustice is complicity. The church must be a sanctuary for the vulnerable, not a shield for the guilty. To those within the church who have been complicit, you will be held accountable. To those who have covered up sin, your time is up. Kristen McKinney's bravery in breaking her silence has ignited a necessary conversation about abuse, power, and accountability within religious institutions. This is a pivotal moment, one that will determine whether we continue to allow silence and complicity to reign or whether we finally demand justice for victims who have suffered for far too long. Let us not turn away. Let us not ignore. Let us stand for truth. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message. We need to amplify the voices of victims and hold those in power accountable. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay strong, and most importantly, stay faithful.